Sam Fender is my special guest today, and Sam, I want to talk about your number one album. Huge congratulations, what an achievement. And it wasn't just number one by a bit, it was number one by a mile. You must be so proud of it.
I couldn't believe the stuff that was I think we did more than everyone in the charts combined or something mental like that. I was like, that's insane, that.
Well, it was like a runaway train almost, because people were excited that you came back, and then they heard the tracks that you released, and everyone went, oh, okay, this is good, this is good, this is really good, this is great, this is even better than before. And then I think Spit of You came out, which we'll get to and play in a second, which just, I don't know, it just connected with people on such a personal level, sort of instantly. When I heard the album, that's the one I kept going back to and just thought, oh my God, there's something really special about this song.
I mean, I haven't listened to the album much recently. You kind of have to have a bit of a detox after you release something, I think, and like not listen to it, because you spend so much time listening to it when you're recording it.
Yeah.
And my dad, it's my dad's favourite song, and I'm like, you do now. It's about you, don't you? And he's like, aye, of course.
That's really interesting that it's your dad's favourite one. What does he make of Stephen Graham's performance as him in the video?
Well, it's not really him, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a dad and son story. It's not Stephen Graham starring as Alan Fender, you know, which is what a few of the papers were running away with that idea, and I was like, that's not really the crack. Like, we just wanted to create a realistic, relatable story about a dad and a son kind of having a bit of a balmy about the fact that they're useless. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was still on Facebook, like, putting up memes of him and Stephen Graham on, being like, no, that's me, that's me. He was like, aye, Stephen Graham stars me. He's a bit smaller, like, but, you know, he'll do.
That's great. I also love that you've got an Alan for a dad. I've got an Alan as a dad as well. Great dad name.
It's a great dad name, isn't it?
Do you know what? Should we play Spit of You now? And then we'll come back and we've got some more to chat about, and we're going to do a game called Top of the Shops with you, which I think you'll quite enjoy. I think you'll get into it in a second. And we'll do that next on The Breakfast Show. More from Sam Fender next. Sam Fender is with me on the Radio on Breakfast Show this morning, and it's my tune of the week this week, Spit of You, which is sounding amazing, and we love it, and I'm so pleased it's a single now as well. Every single time we play it, people are like, oh, it makes me cry. It makes people cry, that song. It's
you've done me a massive favour, actually, because it wasn't going to be a single, and I was always, like, when we were recording it, going, this is a single, this is a single, and I was like, oh, this is a single, and the label rang us up after you played it, and it had that massive reaction, and they're like, we're going with Spit of You as the next single. I was like, so what you're really saying is that I was right.
You were right.
So thank you very much, Greg.
Well, I'll keep rinsing it, so yeah, don't worry about that. Look, let's I want to bring in Beth, because Beth texted me yesterday and she was sad, right? So now Beth can't hear me at the moment, but Beth was going to go to your Barrowland show on Monday night, and she had a negative COVID test. She had a COVID test she was waiting for the results for, so didn't want to go to the gig in case she had COVID, which is very, very responsible of her and a great thing to do. So she missed the show, and she'd been dying to see you for such a long time. And also, your music had got her through lockdown. And she said, I love hearing Spit of You, Greg, but I'm feeling so sad because I couldn't make it to the gig and I was so looking forward to it. So can I connect her to you?
Yeah. Should I like hide and then go, where?
Yeah, if you could hide and then go, that would be great. So here comes Beth, and I'm going to chat to her, and then I'll say, here's a little someone to say hi. Here we go.
I'm going to appear from below the table, like,
Shush.
Hello?
Beth!
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh!
How are you?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm speaking to you.
Well, it's very nice to speak to you, Beth, and I'm so sorry that you had such an annoying couple of days being not able to go to Sam Fender's gig. That sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was gutted.
Well, I'm pleased that you're feeling a bit better, Beth. Look, I've got a slight problem with my phone line. Can I just, can I give you a Zoom code? And you join the Zoom. I've got a Zoom here in front of me. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
No problem.
All right, 1 second. We'll send you the number and you can just join it, all right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, what is the number? 572. Yeah. So you can hang up on the phone and then just join the Zoom and I'll chat to you on there, okay?
Okay, no worries.
Nice one. Speak to you in a second.
Bye.
Okay, Sam, she has gone and she's going to join the Zoom and your big face is going to be the first thing she sees. She has absolutely no idea what's about to happen. When she was excited talking to me, she's going to explode when she talks to you.
She probably... Does she not have an inkling?
Has she...
Hey!
Oh my goodness.
Hi, Beth.
Oh my god. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Oh my gosh.
How's it going?
I'm just speechless. I could cry.
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Oh, are you alright? You okay?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to come to the next show, I can whack you on the guest list. We can
Oh
put
my
you on to
gosh.
the next one.
That'd be amazing, Sam.
Put you on the list.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my goodness.
So there's an answer to your question, Sam. Beth had no idea that I was going to put her in the Zoom with
I was like,
you.
are you sure she doesn't have an idea? And then, yeah, you didn't.
So, Beth, you were saying in your message that Sam's music had been a real help in the last few months, particularly during the pandemic.
Yeah, like, I've had a particular tough couple of months, and I've actually just really struggled with my mental health in particular in the past few weeks, and just songs from the new album, the old album, they just make me feel a lot better in those those times when you're not feeling so great. And
Oh man, everyone's been in the trenches, like, I think, for over this last year. It's not nothing better than for me to hear that, like, when the music does that for someone.
thank you so much for doing this. I can't believe it.
That's all right. Well, I saw your text and I thought, well, I don't want you to be sad when we play Sam's songs on the radio. That's very much not the point of this breakfast show. So I'm very pleased we've been able to fix that today.
So much, guys.
And Beth, I think you're still probably a bit in shock because you're speaking to Sam Fender, but we'll leave it there. And Beth, have a great night. And Sam, can you stick with us, because I want you to speak to another listener while you're here and play Top of the Shops, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Sam Fender's on the breakfast show with me this morning, and we're going to do a little game of Top of the Shops, and that is going to be next. Now, I need to explain Top of the Shops to you, Sam. So basically, this game happened when our newsreader, Roisin Hasty, revealed that her dad was in fact the 7th biggest buyer of pepperonis on the Wirral.
I reckon it must be a relative of our producer, because he's from the Wirral and he's a big fan of reformed pork products. Like,
it's a Wirral thing.
It's a Wirral thing, must
Okay,
be.
and from that, we came up with a game where we get someone on and they tell us the potentials of the things they could be the number one buyer of in their area, and we have to be detectives and work it out. It's very stupid. Let's not overthink it. We'll play some songs and we'll do it next. And Sam Fender's my special guest this morning, and here's Nathan. Hello.
Hello.
There he is. Welcome to Top of the Shops. You're on with Sam Fender, and so tell us where you are and give us the options for today's Top of the Shops.
So I live in Northamptonshire, and am I the biggest buyer of Warburton's giant crumpets,
Yeah.
Dairy Milk caramel giant buttons,
Ooh.
or Fair Share giant Bakewells?
3 really solid choices, by the way.
Yeah, really good. Big shout out to Giant Buttons. Whoever came up with the idea of doing giant buttons really just completely replaced normal buttons in my life. It's a real graduation thing, isn't it?
Nobel Peace Prize for that guy.
Yeah. and the final one, what was it again?
Fair Share giant Bakewells.
Oh, wow. Thing is, though, about a giant Bakewell, still the same size cherry.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, that's probably the downside of them.
Yeah, you should try and like genetically modified cherry for them, really, if you're gonna go for it. All right, let's start the guesses then. So it's either crumpets, giant buttons, or big Bakewells. What are we saying, Sam Fender? Give us a question to try and work it out. To Nathan, what do you think? What should we go for?
Where do you work?
I work in a warehouse.
Ooh, what does that warehouse deal in?
Car parts.
Parts.
Yeah, car parts.
Car parts. I thought you just said parts. Car parts. right? All day, you've been grafting all day with the car parts. You come back home, you're like, oh God, I'm starving. What am I gonna have? I'm still not there. Oh, you got any other questions, Greg?
Yeah. Is it something that you share with maybe your co-workers or maybe your family?
Also, are you like a secret eater, and you're like, this is like, we're actually, this is like sort of an addiction.
I'd say it's an addiction. Like, I don't share with no one.
If you were to have a giant crumpet, what would your favourite topping be?
Yes, this is well done, Detective James.
Pate.
Pate
on a crumpet.
Pate. Whoa. What, like?
So you put a tiny little butter on your crumpet.
Yeah.
And then you get your Brussels pate. Put a tiny bit on. Yeah. Job's a good one.
He's having butter with pate on a crumpet. This guy is. I've never known this in my life, but who's having pate on crumpets?
Wow.
No, that's like weird combos, isn't it? See,
I can't work out, Sam, whether he's panicked and he said, pate on the crumpets, or this is an actual addiction that this is why you buy so many.
Because this is an obscure choice. This is maybe the clue that we needed.
Should we go for it then? Should we go for crumpets?
What for crumpet, me? Like, I reckon the pate addicted to pate and crumpets. I think that's it. And it's a bit of a secret because he knows that if he tells anybody, they'll be like, pate on a crumpet.
Yeah. Nathan, from Northamptonshire, we think you are the biggest buyer of Warburton's giant crumpets with pate on top. Are we correct?
No.
He did. He put it in there. It was a sweet tooth deterrent.
Right, come on then, Nathan. Put us out of our misery.
Fair share, giant Bakewells.
Oh, it's the Bakewells.
Man.
I could have got it as well because he did know, he had intricate knowledge of the Bakewell. He knew that the cherry was normal size, but the Bakewell is big. I'm so annoyed about that. Well, how many are you getting through then, Nathan?
It's a bit embarrassing. 4 a day.
4 a day?
They're only 80p, so you just pop it in, 4. It's in a bit.
It's the size of your palm and you just pop it in.
He just pops it in 4 times a day.
Pops it in 4 times a day.
How many have you had today already?
2.
2 already. Do you know what? Nothing but respect for my Bakewell king.
Nathan, I think you should go back and maybe I would double up the day, son, because you completely tricked me and Greg. I think you deserve another 4 a day, man.
Yeah, you're a legend for that. Enjoy the other 2 that you're having later, and Nathan, thanks for playing Top of the Shops today.
You're welcome.
Well, that was a fascinating sort of 20 minutes of our lives, that, Sam Fender. We've really covered a lot of ground today, haven't we?
Yes, we have, Greg. Always.
Thank you for being on. Thank you for making a truly remarkable album, which we love very, very much. And we'll see you at Alexandra Palace in November for a proper big night out.
For a big gig.
Nice one.